All right. No, I'm here. I'm here. Can everybody hear me? Everything good? We're doing things today. This stream is gonna be for the true homies. I think the volume on the music is probably a tiny bit low, but let's turn that up. Sorry, I am here. I am here. We got we're gonna be working on global illumination today. That is you know, this is going to be a true bike shed stream. I'm going to be working on C++. We're going to be actually doing graphics programming today, which is something I usually shy away from on stream. You can hear me and see me. Perfect. Yeah, so I was a little late today because I broke a big part of the GI today, right before stream. And I need to... My volume is a little low. Well, I can, in fact, fix that in a couple different ways. Let me... Is that better? Is that better? Wait, let me just make sure I'm not clipping. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Audio. Is the audio good? Is that better? Much better. Okay, cool. We're much better. Alright, so, what am I doing? I'm going to show off the tower. Let me go to daytime first. So this is with just Baked GI right now. But I did, because last time I showed you guys me working on the elevator, and I did eventually get that to work. So let me just show that off before we dive into the GI. So let's get to the tower here. I'm gonna pause the enemy AI just so that we can walk around without them disturbing us. But yeah, we got Sorcerer's Tower here, and inside, oh, it's got arches and shit, and we can actually start to see some of the problems with the GI. So the GI, if you don't know, you know what I mean, it's global illumination. So it's basically like any kind of light that doesn't come directly. Give me that Belem. Hey, it's Ollie. Yeah, welcome, Ollie. Yeah, so, what was I gonna say? It's, yeah, so this tower is based on the Tower of Belém in Lisbon, Portugal, but, just the design of it. But anyway, you can see some of the problem with the GI already, because there's some light here that doesn't really make sense where it's coming from. Now, the place that it's coming from is actually the other side of the wall, so that's a problem. And the problem is just the GI here is too coarse, like the Baked GI. Alright, so we got this elevator. Is it gonna come faster? Let's speed up the elevator a bit. I'm just going to make the elevator go really fast. And so that we can get on it and I can show you guys the rest of the tower. But it reminds you of the cage prop from The Sims 2. Been a while since I played The Sims 2, but, you know, I guess you were doing some weird dungeons, like you were doing some mean things to your Sims, I assume. Okay, so here we go. Let's get on the elevator. It's going to take us through the upper floors of the tower. And while we're riding the elevator, I am going to have some soda. Today we have something scary, because I don't speak Korean, and there is no English on this soda. There is a picture of a bowl of rice here. So I don't know what that means. And, yeah, there's no English on this. If anybody speaks Korean, they can tell me what this means, but I don't. And we're gonna find out what the hell this is. It's some kind of rice-based soda, maybe. I don't know. But yeah. Oh, it smells weird. It's clear. It's not soda. It's not soda. It's not fizzy. In before sake. No, it's not sake. I think it's kind of like a rice malt beverage is what it tastes like to me. But yeah, this elevator's gonna take a while, but it tastes like it's very sweet. All right, let's get off the elevator here. Yeah, so we can see at the very top of the elevator, there is some stuff that didn't get finished here. So we have these, the little bits that we haven't finished, but I will fix those eventually. But we have these nice little, bastions. I think this is called a bastion. That you can go inside. And you can walk along the, ramparts. There's also a little section down there. Another mark in the Dark Souls checklist. This is back in the day when 3 people watched 1 person playing computer. I do remember that. Oh, shit, I'm gonna fall off. But, let me just teleport us down here, so we can check out these ramparts here. So we do have, like, a whole little area we can explore. But anyway, another GI problem. And this is what motivated the global illumination, work that I've been doing this week. So, I'm going to turn on one of the forms of GI that I have worked on. This is called Radiance Hints. And this is sort of a... yeah, it's... So you can see it's now dark in here and then a bit... Is it working at all, actually? It is. It's doing something. Anyway, I'm gonna just turn on just the GI. Just the GI. And then we can see the proportion of, so we can kind of see, like, out here, there's some more light, and then if we go, so, okay, I should explain, actually, that the area where the global illumination is hitting is just this box around the player, and that's one of the things we're gonna hopefully work on today, is making it come, oh. Anyway. Did I have that up correctly? Let me take a look at the code here. Yeah. There is some bounce light happening here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's undo that. Okay. So, let's go back to the other side of the... yes, I see why it's not working. Okay, so you do actually see the light kind of streaming in through here. It's light outside, and then as it goes inside. It's because I basically added, like, a fill. Because there's a problem with the, I'm not sure why the RH is I'm not sure the RH is okay, let me explain. I'm gonna swap something out real quick. It's because of this. This line here. Let me comment that out. There you go. So, here's the reason. So, render hints is actually doing a lot. You can see. So, this is, see, outside, very light. Inside, very dark. But the problem is, this is bad because, if I bring back the color, you can see that it's completely black in here, right? So you can see it is actually doing some serious stuff here. But what I wanted to do was, because kind of like, and this is a problem with render hints, sorry, radiance hints, which is that if something's not in the... Okay, so you can see here it's got a little bit because it's propagated from this light part into the into this other part. I say propagated, but technically it's it uses like a sphere, and it samples different points around it to see like what it can get to. So there are parts down here that will get some skylight, but the problem is that if something is completely invisible in the let's show the debug textures. So we have what's called an RSM, which is a reflective shadow map, basically. So we can see it's basically taking a picture of the scene from the light's point of view, which is the sun. Now, basically, light, we then have a voxel grid, kind of, that we sample points from the RSM. from this thing. So basically, anything that the light hits, the sunlight hits, is going to be on this. Any pixel sunlight hits is going to be on this map, right? It's going to be visible from here. So then, now we're in shadow here, right? What it's done is it's kind of sampled some points from the other, from the parts that are in light and brought them in. My RSM has some dark edges. Interesting. Yeah, part of it's just no anti-aliasing. Where do you get the bird foley? I got it from, I believe, OpenGame. No, wait. I got it either OpenGame or the Sonos audio library. I can't remember. It's one of those two. Because that's where I get most of my sounds. Lately, mostly the Sonos audio library, which is something you can get for free. But yeah. Anyway. Yeah, the dark edges is because the normals are facing the other way, and there's no anti-aliasing, so it kind of like yeah. There's also no fill on the RSM, which makes sense because you actually only want to capture the flux from the do you have any of your own Foley? Yeah, some. Actually, Sarah contributed some cat purring from her cat. What do you want to say? Also, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, the huh, that's actually my own voice going through like a filter. And then somehow we crashed? Yeah, the game crashed. Let's see. Let's close that. I don't know why. Terminate. Okay, so we're back. Yeah, okay, so anyway, we're in Radiance Hints. Let's turn that back on. So you can see actually there is some bounce light coming here. Let's go back to just the GI view. Okay. So you can see that some of the light hits this board and then bounces back onto the WeShare. It couldn't handle my might. Yeah. Alright, so. Yeah, so this actually... So this here, on the other side of this line, you can see the baked GI, right? And actually, the render hints is not that different from the baked GI, which is quite cool, I think. Because you're getting some ground bounce. See? And it's also higher frequency, so it is doing a bit. But anyway, oh yeah, also this is something that I keep saying render hints, but it's radiance hints. It does capture some stuff that the baked GI doesn't, such as this tree, which is too small to be captured by the probes. Let's get the... But the problem is this is pitch black. So I needed to, like, blend in a little bit of like, ambient color. But maybe I blended in too much. So let's add another 0 on there. Maybe... double that? Oh, didn't mean to do that. Shit got red for a sec. Oh. Okay. What's going on here? I think I broke something. Let me disable that and then enable it again. Nope. Okay, let me restart the game. This is work in progress, so a lot of things are gonna not work properly right now. But anyway. Okay, Radiance Hints back on. Okay, there we go. So, yeah. So I think that's too dark. Let's just brighten it up a tiny bit. By the way, I have the, is there ambience track, or does the music cancel at the need? There is both. There is both ambience and music. and the ambience depends on where you are. So, like, well, actually, technically, the seagulls are not ambience. Technically, the seagulls are actual... Let's see if we can find one. Yeah, here. This guy over here. Let's jump to him. He's actually spawning the sound from where he is. And so if you get close to a seagull, it actually will make the seagull sound. So let's get back to Leisure. Player. Jump to. Okay, so anyway, so I was saying I need to make this a little bit lighter, but not too light. So let's basically there's this. Let's make it its own variable here. Sky minimum brightness equals this. Anyway, so I think let's double that. So that. And then where's our reload button? Okay, there we go. That's probably good. So let's get the collar back in here. Which is gonna be this line here. I'll just comment that out. By the way, I implemented shader hot reload, which is kind of cool. So actually, that looks pretty good. So it's dark in here, but yeah. And then when we walk out, it's lighter. So why don't we go into the woods and see what it looks like in there? Actually, this is kind of looking pretty alright. Okay, so before we do much else, there is another method, which I alluded to before stream that I said I broke. Yeah, we're working on it. So I'm gonna turn on the light propagation volumes. And the thing that I broke is this is way too bright. I was trying to accumulate the light, but I think it's not being cleared at the end of every frame like it should be. So we're gonna fix the light propagation volume. So in order to do that, I need to figure out what the hell is happening. So I'm gonna open up Nsight, and we're gonna take a look using NVIDIA Nsight and see what's going on to the buffer and if it's getting cleared properly. So let's start activity. Launch the game. And we do have LPV enabled, light propagation volumes, and we can see that everything is blown the fuck out. So, alright, wait, 1 second. So I'm going to capture for live analysis here, and then we're going to go in Nsight, and we have here the section we want to look at, which is this is where we draw our RSMs, and then this is also where we propagate. I don't think I need to add some things for propagation, but anyway. So this is frame... Is this where we propagate? It's a compute shader. No, this is the injection, I think. Yes, this is the propagation. Okay. So, unfortunately, yes, I was correct. In the beginning of propagation, the accumulation is incorrect. It should this buffer should be empty, but it's not. So let's look at the code and make sure that we are appropriately binding the right things in. Okay, so this is our code for light propagation volumes. Now, light propagation volumes, it's a technique invented for Crisis 2. And there are some interesting papers on it that a bunch of me and the people in GP have been, you know, really spending a lot of time messing with. Okay, so, what, is this the right one? No, that's the octahedral maps. Never mind. I'm looking at calc LPV. So, let's go to here. I'm actually gonna put a little bit of a debug group here so that I can see what's going on when I recompile this. But in here, I'm gonna call this propagate. Okay, so basically, these are the this is the accumulation buffer, which is the thing that's not being cleared. But I thought I cleared it here. So, it is, and let's see if we're binding it to the right. lpvpropagate.compute.comp. Alright, so we have here 0, 1, 2 is our write, 3, 4, 5 is our accumulate, and we are storing it to the, we're loading the accumulate and then adding the new value here. But on the first one, the thing should be empty. I mean, the other thing is, technically, we could just write, if it's the first propagation step, I guess we should just, oh, actually, you know what? It shouldn't be cleared. It should be set to the injected one. So, I think we need to actually just copy the, let's see. Did I implement this? Let's see. I have a thing, I think. So what I actually want to do is copy from LPVA. Copy from. Yeah, instead of clearing, I want to do this. So, I'm sorry. The accum target 0. Copy from here. Ooh, this is, this needs to have an overload for 3D. So I'm gonna add that. Actually, let's, okay. Just adding a copy here that takes 3D coordinates here. So copy sub data. What's the? Let me look at the docs for that so I can remember what the arguments are called. Okay, so okay, so I think I just add .z here, and that should do it. .z. DST origin .z, and then size.z. Okay, cool. Then, okay, so I think I can just do, IVEC 3, 32, 32, 32. Because it's a 3D texture of 32 by 32 by 32. Actually, the origin is 0, the size is 32. So IVEC 3, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 32, 32, 32. So, why you, oh, I need the MIPS, which is, so it's MIP 0 and MIP 0. No? You don't like that? Oh, it's not the render handle, it's the texture itself. Cool. So now I just do that 3 times for the different color channels. So, and then instead of clearing it, we just copy from the injected texture. So terminate that. Now let's run it again. Hopefully this will work. Oh, you know what it kind of tastes like? It almost tastes a bit like coconut water, but like really sweet. You know what I mean? But I don't know if there's coconut in here. I wouldn't be able to know. It's just, it's an awfully small can for coconut water, if it was coconut water. Gonna have to use Google Translate later to find out what that actually says. Alright, so how are we doing? 94, 97. Just doing some compilation here. And then hopefully that will fix our LPV. So, are you done compiling yet? No? Apparently not. Apparently not done. Let's run that. Oh, that looks like that did the trick. Ooh, that looks pretty nut. Okay, so I'm just adjusting the number of propagation steps. So let's look at just the LPV. Okay, so can you see that on the stream? Let me check my OBS. Yes. Okay. Your LPV? No, it isn't. What? Wait, just watch. Hopefully we can figure this out together, Sarah. And then you can do your LPV. Okay, that accumulation step, I think it helps. I mean, I'm still getting the mass. Actually, after only one propagation, the self-illumination isn't that bad. So let's take a look. Okay, so because this is looking a lot better because at least we preserve some of the directionality now. And we can see we got a little, I mean, it's a little bit flickery, but that has somewhat to do with Luigi's model here. Anyway, so we do get the bounce from the ground, and I don't know where this bounce is coming from. But, okay, so the LPV has no skylight, by the way. But, yeah, this is looking, I think it's looking better with the... So I think 4 propagations is what they did in Crisis. So I'm gonna go with 4 propagations, and then so let's take a look. What does it look like at the tower? Okay, that's pretty good. So, as I was saying also, so there's no skylight, which is a problem. Because if we go onto the other side of the wall here, this is completely black, but as we can see, there's skylight over here. So if I do LPV, I need to compensate for the skylight in some other way. But, I think this is... I mean, ignore the flicker for now. We can solve that in some way. But, it's only around Luigi. If you can see over here, there's barely any flicker. Well, there's a little bit of flicker. But, yeah, so 0 propagations, 1 propagation, 2 propagations, 3, 4. And we can go all the way to 32 propagations, but then it becomes, you know what? I think there's... Let me look at the code here. I think I had a term here that I might not need. Let's go back to LPV propagate. Yeah, okay, so I was multiplying each step by 1.1. I actually want to get rid of that. Let's reload that. Because I think if you add them all together, you don't need that. Okay. Yeah. I think that looks a lot better. Like, there's a lot more directionality to it. And actually, let's go back to the radiance hints, actually, to compare the two. Oh, shit. So this is radiance hints. You know what? I'm going to take out the skylight from the radiance hints, and we can look at that. So I'm just going to look at the... You need shader hot reload. You know what? It's actually... I did it in the dumbest way possible. When you hit reload, you're reloading every shader in the game. Which is not ideal, but you know, it works, which is good enough for me. Cause I mean, it's like nobody's going to be hot reloading, like no end user is going to be hot reloading, only people who are editing shaders, which is ideally just me. What should I... Okay, so let's take out the skylight. I know this says LPV, but that's because like the sampling code for LPV and for radiance hints are the same. Also, do we need the ×4 here? I just added ×4 because it was like it looked good. So let's just do base LPV irradiance, no skylight. Okay, that's radiance hints. Okay, so this is radiance hints, just the bounce, no skylight, and then we're gonna compare it with LPV. Okay, well, radiance hints has 0 self-illumination, so that's good. But now if we take that out, we do light propagation. So we're still getting the bounce, but we're getting the self-illumination. I agree with you in theory, Incentia, but there is a caveat to that. Looks good is often very contextual. So you could make something that looks good in one particular scene, but then if you go and set up a different scene, it looks terrible, right? And a short Odyssey being a game with a big island that you can just jump to at any point and has a bunch of different looking scenery all over the place. Often I find that you're better off trying to have some, like, physical basis for what you're doing, because that tends to be more widely applicable, right? It's just, like, you can tweak, like, individual things to make them look different, and I do that to a certain extent. But if you want something that's gonna work in all situations, you do need to sometimes, do the research and figure out like what the physical bit. Okay, so after one iteration, it's not too bad. But so honestly, I actually think the so this is 0 propagation iterations. Okay, this guy can fuck off. Let's pause enemy AI. So he's paused. So 0 iterations is just the actually. So let me show you how LPV works. There's these VPLs, which is a virtual point light. So basically, it's like having a tiny little light here. So if we let's take let's take this barrel so we can show that off. So, basically, there's some bounce light coming from the VPLs pointing just onto here. So if you take this guy and we move him over top of the crab who's got red, you can see there's some red bounced onto him. And if we increase the number of propagations, it goes further. But the problem, and this is something I still haven't been able to figure out because Crytek's solution doesn't seem to have this, is you're getting these VPLs hitting this ground, which they shouldn't. They should only go out from the ground. They shouldn't go back into it. I mean, what's technically happening is it's not this VPL lighting the ground right underneath it. It's actually the one off to the side is what I've figured out. So they're like propagating horizontally, and then it's being interpreted as coming from above. I don't know if that makes any sense. But let's take out the VPLs. So I think 4 iterations is what we should shoot for. So with LPV, we are getting the bounce light, but there's no handling of skylight contribution, and there is this self-illumination problem that I believe is just a bug in my implementation, and I don't know what the hell's going on because I've tried so many things to solve it, but it doesn't seem to be working, and it doesn't seem to exist in Crytek's implementation. Although I have seen other implementations on the internet that have this problem, and also everybody in GP seems to have this problem, but we have no solution. But anyway, let's go back to the radiance hints. Yeah, something's messed up when I turn them on and off. Something's not being done properly. So let's see if we can get cascaded radiance hits now, and at the same time cascaded LPV, because they're the same. Like, if I implement cascades for radiance hints, that should also. So this is radiance hints with no skylight, and I think radiance hints with no skylight actually it seems to work better than the LPV, to be honest. But so I think, honestly, should I just do radiance hints and then do another mechanism for the skylight? I don't know. Anyway, let's do the cascades. So, we need to do something here. Let's go to render.cpp. Let's turn on some music because I think this might take a second. Let's get the bike shed music happening. Damn, I really want to play some copyrighted music. Can't be doing that. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's get up. So, calc LPV. Okay, so actually the first thing we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to allocate we're gonna want to make the LPV texture bigger. So the way we do that is, I believe, if we go to LPV FPOA. Okay, so targets, LPV targets, cool. LPV resolution. Okay, so wait, where do we define LPV resolution? Oh, it's 32. That's 32, and then we have a. Wait, where do we set the depth? Oh, it's the num slices here. So how did I, let me take a look at something. Because I theoretically wrote some stuff for, it was in, LPV propagate. Actually, it's right here. About how I was gonna lay out the cascades. Sarah, are you still here? Did you implement the cascades? Oh, that's my alternate propagation function, which doesn't work. So. What was I doing? Okay. Cascade. Cascaded. Okay, so it was the X. I made the X bigger. So let's do 3 cascades. Yeah. Because yeah, the LPV is cascades. Yeah, so I'm implementing the cascades right now. Let's see if that works. Times equal to 3? Or dot x equals 32 by 3. So 3 cascades. Cannot assign to read on. Oh, it's const. Fine, I'll just assign it up there. Okay, so 32 times 3. Okay, that makes sense. I might switch to a 3x multiplier and use parallel split shadow maps. Yeah, the thing about that though is like, don't you get less, like, I'm currently trying to convince my game to run in a GPU debugger. Tracy is getting mad about my timestamp calibration. Ah, yes. Classic issue. Oh yeah, also the geometry volume. Does the geometry volume need to be times 3? Probably. Okay, well, it's already set up. Okay, so. So then, calc, LPV. Okay, calc LPV cascade index. This is important. Okay, so this is a lot of math for the GV is completely wrong. Yeah, that's possible. Okay, so this is interesting. Let me just draw this to explain what's going on. So we're trying to create a cascade, right? And so this is our camera here. And this is the grid. I guess we need to create another cascade around it that fits this one in it. So if I'm correct, okay, so the cascade needs to contain the previous cascade, right? I think. So, because this centers the first cascade on the shadow map cascade from the first, from the camera. So I'm just gonna set that to 0. How do I decide this? Where the cascade is gonna go? So I'm gonna go to first source cascade equals this. Const. Okay, so now, okay, and then it's snapped to the cell size, which is good. How do we create the second cascade? So, if cascade index is greater than 1, our desired size. Yeah, I know, but like I'm saying, like, what is the center of the new cascade? It's not the same as the first one, right? It's moved over a bit, but it does contain the first one, right? Desired size. It's supposed to give me 2 times. Okay, so the cascade. Okay, actually, great. Cascade size equals to 2 pow to the cascade index but I mean, this is why I want it handles plays. Yeah, it does, but I'm saying, like, there is a way to handle this, and like, okay, I think this is good. So for cascade index 1, cascade size world equals this. Okay. Okay, cool. That's good. That's what I want. So it's gonna be 2 times the previous cascade size. And the offset is going to be... Sorry, we're working on, Okay, there is fucking actual rice in this. I got to the bottom of it. Like, what is with Korean beverages with putting actual, like... Actually, that wasn't a Korean. The tapioca was Taiwanese. What is with Korean beverage? Because I have another one that has grapes in it in my fridge, which I haven't opened yet. But like, sorry, Paul. We're working on global illumination. We are making. Actually, we're making cascaded light propagation volumes. Very technical stuff. It's how we handle. Actually, let's see if my code still compiles. But I'm getting caught up on very minor things that I'm trying to figure out. This is using spherical harmonics, but this is dynamic. The previous thing was baked. It was used. So this is the baked spherical harmonics, but I'm talking about real-time spherical harmonics now. So if we turn on radiance hints, it's broken. We turn on LPV, it's broken. Okay, I broke it with my cascade sizes. But I think I figured it out. Let's get back to GIMP here. So we have the camera direction, and we're going to place the new cascade at basically so we're going to find the distance from the camera to the closest edge of the cascade in the reverse of the camera direction. And then we're going to place the corner of this cascade there. I think. Yeah, I want to say that's what it is. Okay, so it's like Russian nesting dolls, right? So we got this cascade, and it has pixels are this big, or voxels, I guess they're voxels. And then we have this bigger cascade, right? This might be more complicated than I thought. Okay, well, for now, let's just do the easy thing and let's center the cascade on the previous cascade. So I think we will just say, yeah. So we're gonna just do, yeah, desired size times this. That'll do it. So desired size equals desired size. Actually, we can just pop that in here. Radius times, okay, so now if cascade is 0, that'll be 1. Okay, great. Hopefully that'll work. Then yeah, this is fucking disgusting. This drink with the shit at the bottom. I'm not gonna finish that. That's really bad. So yeah, in this case, then the cell size is going to be doubled because it's the next cascade. Okay, so then let's run the game and let's see if we can, because something's going wrong here because we're not sampling something correctly. I guess we'll have to open an end site and take another look at the voxels to see if they're, I think maybe the injection is LPV inject. Oh, sorry, it's VPL inject. FSH. Yeah. Oh. Okay, sorry, VPL inject. Dot, do I not have a, it is a fragment shader? Oh, it's probably in the, yeah, it's here. Okay, so, I don't, it's probably because I don't set the cascade here. But anyway, let's turn on VPL. Sorry, light propagation volume. 0 prop, okay, so nothing, something. So VPLs are still getting put down. That's good. Let's go into the end site and see what's going on with that volume texture. Okay, capture. Okay, so here we go. Where is it? Here's our LPV. Sorry, our frig. There's so many acronyms that I have to go through. This is our RSM. Wait, what's going on here? Okay, so then we have our compute shader here, which is going to extract. Then we inject. Okay, so the VPL injection is not working. I don't believe it is. So, because... yeah, so there should be some data in here, which there doesn't appear to be. Yeah, so the VPL injection is broken. Why is it broken? Probably probably, I think. It's probably, yeah, okay, so let's go back to our, let's kill this. Terminate. Put the, this guy back on. Alright, VPL inject. So we're only supposed to... Ah! I see. We need to do... We're only doing a portion of the... Actually, I think we can just do... Because we know how big it is. 32, 32. 32. There we go. Why is that wrong? Okay, cool. And now if we run that, what happens? No? Where's the error? No matching function call. What do you mean? What do you mean no action function call? Oh. Ugh. It's... I see. It's because this uses slices, so it's 32 by 32. It's IVEC. Yeah, I see. I should really replace the injection using Compute Shader. I think that would work better. Oh, this is just the geometry volume. I need to do the VBL volume. That's not a Compute Shader. Huh. So this one isn't working. Okay, so. But we do... Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay. IVEC 2. This is 32, 32. Not the... It's the viewport size, I think, maybe. Then maybe we'll get our VPLs injected properly? Okay, we did get something. I think we're shifted over, though. Let's turn off the music in here so we don't get clashing music. So something's getting injected, but I don't think it's... It's shifted. It's shifted over a bit. So let's get our thing back down to 0 here. Yeah, okay, so something... Yeah, so these are correct. Over in this region, but over here is not. So let's find out what's going on here. Let's get back to Insight. Okay. That's correct. Maybe it's position X. Oh. Yes. I believe I stole this code from Sarah. But I need to comment something. Okay, that's still not correct. But okay, so the position in the Yeah. Adjust the position to be in the correct part of the cascade. I see. But maybe this is... So it's the world to cascade. I think the... The place that I use... Where do I use that? I do use that in the extraction as well. No, but the extraction looks correct. Okay, so the extraction... Alright, so... I'm supposed to be offsetting the X position by adjust. So this is in oh, that's not right. That's not right at all. So this should be in clip space, I think. Or in text. Yeah, because I multiply it by 32 here. So that means that that should actually be multiplied. Okay, well, cascade index is 0, so in this case, no. I'm not sorry for the bugs in my code. I don't think it's a bug in your code. I think it's me screwing this up somehow. Okay, so let me draw this out. So we'll get back to game here. So we have our box here, right? But it's actually let's start with a new image. So we have our texture here, which is the 3D texture, but we're gonna look at it from the top, and it's cut into 3 here. So we are in Cascade 0 here, and this goes from 0 to 1. And 1 like that. Actually, well, I guess technically the origin is over here. So it's 0 to 1 and 0 to 1. Yes. So, yeah, I don't know why I'm so confused right now. Could just be that I'm doing it on stream, and this is why I don't usually do stuff like this on stream. Because I get confused, and then I look confused to all you guys, and it's... And then I break the illusion of me being some uber smart, like, you know, genius, which I am not. Okay, so the coordinates are, in this sense, going to... Okay, so this goes from 0 to 1, and we want the unsnap position to be, yeah, so we do want to multiply it by 3, right? Because so we want to subtract the cascade that we're in and then multiply it by 3, right? Unless the cascade matrix, unless the matrix already does that. Maybe, what did I do with the world's cascade? How do I calculate it? I think probably the cascade matrix should do this. Okay. Yes. Let's remove this. No, let's keep it. No, that's... But it is actually, that's 1/3. So if we remove that... So maybe I also need to put... Because it's compressed. Okay, so there's probably another multiplication I need to do by 1/3 or something. Maybe it's the position that's getting written to. So GL position probably here, I bet you. XY times that. Okay. But we set the viewport size to 32 by 32. So why is it not writing to that position? Well, let's turn the bounces to 0. Maybe that's the problem. No, that's not the problem. Maybe it's the sampling. I think that might be it, actually. So it's in lighting.fsh here. It's when we sample the AO okay, where do we sample this? Okay, yeah, LPV pause view to LPV. So let's just do LPV pause dot x divided by 3.0. Okay, there we go. Fantastic. Now we're actually covering all the area that we wanted to. And we can see our other cascades over here, which, you know, I will remove those in a minute. Because, so I just need to change this number to 1/3. 1 and 1. And this will be cascade float cascade index equals 0 for now, but we are going to change that. LPV cascade index. So that's going to be LPV cascade index plus 1 over 3. And that's going to be LPV cascade index 0 and 0. Yeah, kind of. Actually, you know what? We can simplify that. So that we can actually set that back to 1. And instead of LPV position, I'm going to keep this, but this is going to be called LPV sample pause. That actually makes sense. Equals LPV pause over 3.
Perfect.
Okay. That's over vec 3. 3, 1, and 1. Cool. And then we can leave LPV pause as this. So, there we go. Beautiful. Okay. Continuing, I don't know why that took me so long to figure out. So, LPV cascade index. View to LPV. How do we set that? Okay, well. So LPV sample pause is going to be LPV cascade index plus LPV position over 3. And that's vec 3, that, 0, and 0. Huh. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this all today. In fact, I'm quite sure I'm not gonna, but, I mean, maybe today, but not on stream. Okay. Oh, this is odd. Why is this area so dark? Yeah, there's probably something else going on. Maybe it's in the propagation. Yeah, I don't know. Let's, yeah, this is mostly me just fixing dumb frickin' bugs from before, because I only ever thought there would be one cascade for now. You know what? Let's not do this to the last half hour, just because it's not terribly entertaining, I don't think. So what I will do is, why don't we'll add the color back in. Then we'll turn off LPV. So let's go back to just bake GI. I am gonna finish this, but I think I'll probably do it off stream, just because like it is taking forever. Is it correct? Anyway. So what we will do, let's see if we can finish doing the tower up here. So let's just do some level editing. So, I'm just gonna take one of these segments. Okay, so Let's copy that. So I have these kind of like building blocks for the tower. Rotate that 90. And can I line this up so this is like a corner? Yes, I probably can. Sorry, it's a little funny because we're looking at... Actually, a little handy trick. Let's turn off backface culling temporarily for editing. Okay, so do these meet up? Okay. Now we can turn backface culling back on. Let's duplicate this guy and bring it all the way to the ground. Okay, does that come through the ground? Ooh, just a tiny bit. That's annoying. It just sticks out a tiny bit. So, but I can delete that, and I have a smaller one I can use. I believe I should take this guy. And yeah, this is a smaller panel. It's a 1x1. Rotate it. Let's just double check the transform. Ooh. It's not quite right. Cool. Cool, okay, let's get that matched up now. And let's duplicate this guy. Ah, shit, I missed it. Sorry, I'm late. Yeah, you missed a lot of the LPV stuff. I mean, it's kind of broken right now, actually. I fixed it and then broke it on stream. But I can show radiance hints real quick. Actually, no, I can't. Wait, maybe I can? Is radiance hints working? Kinda. It's kind of working. Yeah, it's only in this little volume around the player. So we can, yeah. Can we see it coming in through? Not through this window. But this window with the light, yeah, you can see some bounce light here coming through. It's broken. Tell me something new. Everything's always broken in development. So where was our... friggin... Alright, let's turn the rated sense back off. But let's, we're backface culling. Let's remove that for a second. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we have this wall segment. Now we're just gonna move it down. But I will delete one of these. So now I can copy this guy, duplicate it, rotate it, 180. And then we have a little wall here. Why does this always get messed up? It could be that these are the same angle, and I just don't like the look of it from a aesthetic amount. Because that should be, yeah. Okay. So the wall should be a tiny bit thicker then. Cool. And then we can, whoopsies, this guy, move over. Okay. And we can fill that. Actually, we don't need to fill that. We actually need to go one step. Actually, you know what? This actually can all be... Because we actually wanted to meet up with this top piece here. Cool. Well, actually, these don't get it, but it would actually be way easier if I just made these blocks on all sides, so I wouldn't have to keep doing the rotation, but I do not want to have excess faces. Okay, so so now I believe I can duplicate these four. Now I have that whole wall. Duplicate these guys. Actually, let's get these to move up. Fill that in. Rotate that. 90. Fill in these gaps. Actually, I'm gonna rotate this way. Actually, can I rotate it one more? Does that match? No. This way. Yeah, that's these lines actually technically match. Okay, so that's fine. Cool. Oh, that should be... We gotta bring these down, actually, to match up with the ceiling there. Actually, so that should be more like that, actually. Then... Can I... Will this complete it? Oh, you need to be moved over a little bit. A little bit more. There we go. It's a tiny gap. So let's... There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna adjust everything until it's properly lined up. There we go. So now, the gaps are perfect. But this guy's probably still gonna come through the floor. Is he through the floor? No, he's not through the floor. Perfect. And now if we go in here, is this all correct? Yeah, but these need to move up just slightly. Alright, is that one more? Okay. Oh no, but now there's a gap there! Can these guys move? Is that part of a wall on the other side? Okay, well maybe this guy can move up. 2. Can I do that? Wait, where's my... There we go. Ooh. Oh, maybe not. Is that gonna... Frick, where am I pointing? Is that gonna cause a gap? No. Oh, yes. It did cause a gap. So, bring that guy back down. Okay, maybe there's something I can do at the top to make the gaps fit. I'm going to turn off parallax mapping just for a second so that we don't get that weird artifact when we're editing. Because normally you can't see those faces because they're facing backwards. So it's usually not a problem, but you can see them while you're editing. Okay, cool. Yeah, but now there's this gap. So let's drop that. So there's like a little tiny gap here. But what if, crazy idea. Okay, cool. Let's take this guy. Yeah, no, it has to be that height. No, it doesn't, because the door can be a little bit lower. Where's the player? Let's see how big Luigi is. Oh, yeah, we got plenty of height in that case. We got plenty of height to work with. So, let's, where does this end? Over here. Cool, that's all matched up. Now I can... Okay, so we will just make it not go all the way to the ceiling. Perfect. What is that? That's good. And then duplicate that guy, rotate this guy. 90 degrees. 90 minus 90. Yeah, for some reason my angles are getting screwed up in a couple places. I think it's because I'm converting to a quaternion and back. And it's not having it. So. There we go. Now, these are at the same height. And now, that is like a little ledge. And now we can take this guy. Okay, so there's like a little bump here. Great. So, do we still do that guy? We do. We need both of these. But, because that's now a full-size one, we can take one of these big pieces and do that. No, we can't. Wait, can we? Okay, but now the brick texture is offset. Pull this guy up to match the... Oh, okay. Actually, ooh, yes. Yes, I can. Okay. Match. And... match. Great. Okay, cool. hopefully people can understand what I'm doing. Okay, so we can delete this. Oh, this is not that one. More or less, okay. Actually, this is going to need to be a small one because it's on a corner. So we need to take this guy. Rotate it. Oopsies. 90. Move it here. Rotate it. Oopsies. Control D. Rotate it. 90. Oopsies. Okay, now we can copy these up. One more. Okay. Cool. Now that mates up with that. Let's turn on parallax map and make sure we got the orientation of the faces correct. And we do. Okay. Duplicate. Rotate. Move it. Snap in with this guy. And we can uh-oh. These guys need to actually be moved. This whole section needs to be moved over. What's going on over here? Oh. Yeah, that's off. Actually, you know what? If this is the case, then we can keep using these big guys. I think. Yeah, something's... Something got duplicated. Oh, God. Sorry, I'm being quiet for a second. Oh, Kyle, hello! We're doing some map editing. We were working on GI before, but there was some, it was taking too long, and it wasn't that interesting on stream. Because, I was getting confused with this bug, and I needed to do something else. So yeah, we're doing some mapping. We're finishing the tower. But apparently I am geometrically challenged, shall we say. Let's just move over. It's fine if this isn't centered, I guess. Okay, so. So it seems the inner and outer things are offset, which is the problem. So, I think we just... I see. Okay, so now this is where we need a small one. There. Then copy that. That fills in this corner here. No, we need to duplicate it. 90 degrees. Errors make us grow. They do. They really do. Well, I mean, we are actually like learning a lot about light propagation volumes and such like that. We just keep breaking them while we try to succeed. So it's but you know, every time you fail, you learn. And my failure is honestly not too bad. It's looking like an idiot on stream, which is in the grand scheme of things, not really that big of a deal. You know. Okay, that matches up. Okay, so now we can take this corner. Copy that, rotate it 90, and move it over here, and that's that corner. Now I think we can copy these guys, just move them all the way over, and there we go. That's our little, I want to put one more door here. Let's just finish filling out this segments here. And yeah, so this would be an area where like a BSP brush would be really handy, but we don't do anything like that in the engine. Okay, but we are getting there. Cool. It's like Lego bricks. It's kind of fun to work with. Alright, so let's just copy this gate area here. Oh, that guy's not doing anything. We got, ooh. We have some issues. I see. These guys aren't supposed to be like that. They're just supposed to use the big ones. So let's just copy these four. But, you know, it's coming together. A little tower section that we can explore. Okay, sorry, I was copying the gate. $90. Oh, actually, we just need that one. Ugh. So let's then copy maybe these guys. Cool. Okay, and now we can move this in. There's a tiny little gap. Everything's off by a little bit. Have you finished your drink? Yes, and it was disgusting. It's this, there's like rice in the bottom of the... There's like rice in the bottom of the thing with this crazy Korean soda. It's not even a soda. It tastes kind of like coconut water. I don't know what it is. I have literally no idea what it is. It does not have any English on it at all. The other drinks I bought from the Korean market all have some English on it. But this one does not. Sorry, let me just correct these numbers here. What? 2.5. Yeah, why did everything get shifted by a little bit? I wish I had a way to just... Koreans do drink weird stuff, yeah. I mean... I do find there's, I find the favorite drinks that I have that, like, are not available... Well, I mean, they are available because I'm buying them, but, like, my favorite, like, international drinks usually come from, like, South America, I find. Because, I don't know why, but all the ones from, like, Korea, Japan, they're a little odd. But South America strikes the right balance of being, you know, a little bit different than what you would normally drink, but, you know, still good. Like, one of my favorite ones is Guarana Antarctica, which is from Brazil. Really interesting Guarana soda. Okay, that's solved. Don't know why that was so confusing. Okay, so... Let's see if we can wrap this thing up. Okay, I think we can copy these two. Copy these ones. I want to travel to other countries. Traveling to other countries is fucking awesome. I would like to do it more, but, you know, it's expensive. And you gotta take time off work and everything, and, like, you know, maybe I should just, you know, I should work on ASO, on like a little, on some kind of portable device, and then just, you know, travel everywhere while working on this game, which is something that I would need money to do that I don't have. Yeah. But yeah, often interesting cultures. I mean, one of my favorite parts about traveling is food. Like, and I will say that, in Toronto, which is where I live, we do have some amazing food. Like in Toronto, you can get food from like pretty much any culture. Like there's diasporas of like, I mean, and this is like kind of speaks to the fact that like I was able to go to the Korean market like really easily, which is like, it's not far from my house. Like to just like walk to the Korean market and buy like random ass Korean sodas is like, just because you know, I live in such a wonderfully multicultural city. So yeah, I will continue to glaze Toronto, but I would love to travel a little bit more often. It's always a great experience. So let's close this up. I think we should just be able, yeah, this should be easy because we're not doing the gate anymore. These two walls won't have the gate. There'll be stairs on one of them though. To get up here, I guess. Oh, this is, what is that? Zero? 90? Minus 90. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it just keeps getting messed with. Oh, because this is the inside wall. That's okay. Well, let's copy these ones then. And then we can rotate this one 90 degrees. And then... Ah, you snuck in a little tiny number in there. Yeah, there's a weird bug with the rotation. It's still happening. Like, it happens less than it used to. But now, you just get, like, occasionally, like, tiny little offsets to your rotation. Actually, this needs to be... Okay. Now we'll copy this. Move these guys over by 2. These guys? Wait, why is that? Oh no. Something is, Oh, I see. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's fine. We just need to push everything back a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Almost done this whole wall here. This took longer than I expected. I don't know why, but... almost done here. Okay. Okay, there's some weird offsets here, but let's just see. Are we missing anything? Yeah, we're missing some of these guys. Let's just copy these down. Let's turn backface culling back on. Okay, yes, we need some leader ones now. Actually, no, we don't. We can just copy this guy. Okay. Cool. Cool, cool. Cool. And does this guy say? Okay, it's all good now. Let's walk around. Okay. In here, is everything good? Everything good in here? No gaps? Alright, so something's flickering over here. Is there a double wall somewhere? No, I think we're fine. Let's go up here. Let's make sure everything's good along this section here. I think it's looking good so far. We will need to do the stairs at some point, but I think we can leave that for another day. Okay. So, with that, it is now 4 o'clock. We did do some light propagation volume stuff. It is messed up, though, so we'll need to deal with that, but I would like to thank everybody for tuning in, and I will see you guys next week. Do not forget, you can subscribe to this YouTube channel. You can join the Discord, link below. We do all sorts of crazy shit on the Discord. You gotta get in there, talk about the game. Yeah, no worries. I'm glad you stuck around. And then we talk about the game, and do not forget to wishlist the game on Steam. There's a link also below, and I will thank you very much, and I will see you guys next week. Have a good weekend. Bye.